Hello, my name is Derrick Thomas of the Thomas Law Firm, PLLC. The Thomas Law Firm specializes in personal injury, workers' compensation, and other litigation. Today, I'd like to talk with you about the GM ignition switch recall and the special fund that has been set up to compensate those victims who have been injured or killed as a result of the ignition switch problem. The person that is responsible for administering the fund is Kenneth Feinberg. Mr. Feinberg has administered other large funds in the past. They include the BP oil spill, the 9/11 Memorial Fund, the One Fund Boston that was set up after the Boston bombing, and closer to home, the Hokie Spirit Memorial Fund that was set up after the shootings at Virginia Tech in 2007. Now, as the firm administrator, Mr. Feinberg is responsible for compensating those victims and families as a result of the ignition switch problems. Now, how is this different from other funds? Well, one, GM has not put a limit on the compensation that Mr. Feinberg can pay out. Mr. Feinberg will start accepting claims on August 1st of 2014. The fund will close on December 31st, 2014. Mr. Feinberg has the arduous task of trying to come up with a formula for compensating those victims and their families. One of the things that he is doing that is quite novel, he is going to pay $1 million for pain and suffering on top of the other economic damages that the families can prove. This is different than in other cases where typically in a lawsuit you do not have a set amount for pain and suffering. That is good and bad because now the amount will be set. But in order to compensate the victims, it is good to know that there is at least a set amount for pain and suffering. Now, one of the other things that Mr. Feinberg is considering is that he is not going to take contributory negligence of the victims in consideration in awarding damages. This is also very good because, as you know, in Virginia, if a person is guilty of contributory negligence by at least 1%, that could destroy their ability to recover. So, again, this is Derrick Thomas of the Thomas Law Firm, PLLC, and we'd like to know what you think.